Hey, what's up? We're gonna learn how to make us a clear spoon pipe. Just nothing fancy, just a clear spoon pipe. We're going to use some 6mm as a punny, some 50mm heavy wall, and a torch. First thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to pull a point like this. Don't want to introduce it to the flame too quickly or it might spin. Set it in, keep it spinning quickly. Otherwise, if you let it cool down at all, it will crack on you. I'm going to keep doing this until it gets glowing red hot. A little while longer. You got to keep your arms and shoulders real steady to help pull that point now. So it gets nice and soupy. It's almost there. Starting to glow. Now that it's getting really soupy and kind of like honey consistency, it's really all about keeping your shoulders steady and your arms rotating the same so you don't fold the two. And then pull it out of the flame, start spinning, pulling, spinning and pulling. And then you can let gravity do a little bit of the work for you. Hang it upside down, stretch it out. Let it hang on your fingers kind of like a pendulum. That way it goes straight. Let it cool down. Once it's cooled down, hang it back upside down the other way there. Adjust your flame to a cutting tip. Cut it off. Then you'll have your piece ready and you'll have another point for the next one. Pop a hole in the end of this one over here so I have something to blow through next time. Whatever, bro. Whatever, bro. I'm making a movie. Go. Okay, now we've got our piece pulled with point on it. We'll start by rounding out the end where the ball's going to be. Get it nice and hot. Gravity plays a big point at this point in the game. You want to keep an eye constantly on the bubble of glass, and whenever it's on its high point you want to maybe pause it a little bit and adjust it to keep the blob centered. You can also use gravity holding it down a little bit, lets it point out, turns into a little bit more of a point to help center it. Once it's got kind of thick, you want to blow on it a little bit, just give it a little round it out a little bit, and then let gravity take it this way now. So you want to thicken it up. You want a nice thick bowl. You don't want an uneven bubble. Just keep melting it in and melt it in back down a little bit. A little bit more. Gravity, pull that back out again, back and forth. Let it cool off a little bit. And then give it a couple more light breaths. Now it's getting to a nice kind of shape there. I'm going to let the bubble go like this a little bit just for style, just so it's not perfectly round. So I'm going to blow it out. I spin it, make sure it's on even. It's pretty even. The punny was, the actual blow tube was a little off in the first place. It's very important to get that right. Okay. And when I'm centering it, if my blow tube is slightly off, I want to center it on the main tube of the glass there, the unward tube, so my piece will come out even. I'll come back and straighten this out here in a minute. Now I'm going to punny up to the end with a cold seal, which is where I have one side hot and the other side relatively cooler. I really have to get on center. If I don't get on my center point, it's going to mess my entire piece up. So it's pretty center. Once again, I'm going to be wanting to be in center with the piece itself and not just because I made a bad pull there. Alright. Now that it's cool, slowly work it back down from the neck toward what's going to be the mouthpiece in my left hand. Might be my right hand if we're in the mirror, I don't know. This one. Now that I've kind of got that glowing, I'm going to take out this, thicken up the mouthpiece here, center that up. Be real careful not to fold it. Stay away from the actual blow tube itself. Center it out, kind of pull it a little bit, pull it and twist it from the, it's pretty good, could be better. Clear pipe, not that big of a deal. So I'm thickening the mouthpiece up again now. Just keeping the heat on there, staying away from the really thin point on the left hand side there, mouthpiece side. Slowly thickening it down. As you can see, it's probably starting to get thicker and feeling heavier on the left hand side. So here we go, I'm about to drop the mouthpiece now. You ready? So I'm going to let that blob, that thick blob that I've got right there that I'm forming, kind of hang down a little bit now. It's a little bit to the side just to kind of let that glass thicken up around the mouthpiece. It gives it a nice look when it's all done. Let it cool off, otherwise you'll get wrinkles on the outside. It has to be evenly cool. Give it a little blow. Make sure it's all nice around. Actually, I kind of like the way that pulled out. I'm not even going to bother messing with the middle. I'll just heat it up a little bit. And then I'll go straight to forming the bowl. These heat it up, otherwise it will crack if you only work one end and the other end and not at least get it nice and molten in the middle.